You know what I love? Fast food, especially KFC. It is well documented. And while we're on the topic of me, let's talk about another channel that I do, Business Blaze. Yes, this video is actually sponsored by another channel that I host, Business Blaze. It's about business, except it's not really. In fact, it's not really about that at all. It delves into communist plots, crazy people from Florida, terrible social media campaigns, and pretty much anything else. Business Blaze throws a good amount of silliness and fun at you, along with some facts. There are also some premium, center-cut, grade A memes, so check it out through the link below. It is very, very different. In 2020, in the grips of a full-blown pandemic, fast food restaurants in America still pulled in $239 billion in revenue. The previous year, it was $273 billion. That would rank fast food as the 44th biggest country in the world by GDP if it was being compared that way out of Egypt, Portugal, and New Zealand. That is a lot of fast food. It's no wonder that fast food restaurants, especially the biggest ones, have the resources, the ability, and sometimes just the audacity to branch out from selling salty, fatty foods and take on bigger challenges that are not even remotely food-related. Number 10. McConsulates. There are just shy of 39,000 McDonald's locations around the globe. The golden arches are a ubiquitous symbol, and there are likely few people left anywhere on Earth that don't at least recognize them. And that recognition is translated into assistance abroad for those in need. If you're an American in Austria and need some home from help, you can go to the nearest McDonald's. The chain is now offering consular assistance to American citizens who aren't sure where else to go. That means rather than hunting down the US Embassy in Austria, you can just go ask Ronald McDonald for help. Staff have been trained to help Americans contact the embassy and get whatever help they need. You can report a lost or stolen passport or get travel assistance. For bigger issues, they'll place a call to the embassy and arrange your needs. The restaurant still remains officially Austrian soil, however, so no trying to escape Interpol in the playland. It's amazing. Number 9, Hotel Taco Bell, and cue the comment section. It's taco, Simon. Well, it would be that if I was an American. I'm not. A lot of people make jokes about Taco Bell, but it's actually one of the healthiest fast food options you have. The company has managed to stay ahead of the competition when it comes to Mexican-ish food, and they're one of the few companies willing to make baffling risks with menu items including the burrito, made from, I know it's burrito. It's burrito in England too. Made with Pop Rocks and tacos with shells made of fried chicken. But those aren't the only innovations. In 2019, Taco Bell decided on a pop-up business idea in the form of a hotel. The Palm Springs Resort featured Taco Bell hops and taco-themed everything for hardcore fans of the fast food chain. 70 rooms were available and they sold out in 2 minutes. Pillows were shaped like giant hot sauce packets and the decor was designed to match. Even the mini fridges were jammed with Taco Bell snacks. Guests could get cinnamon twist braids at the spa or swim up to the bar for an alcoholic buyer blast. Surprisingly, the food was not exactly Taco Bell, but gourmet dishes inspired by the Taco Bell menu items. Number 8. Pizza Hut fragrances. The fragrance industry is a big one. It's worth over $52 billion globally, which is pretty impressive. But how many different fragrances can there possibly be? Well, more than you'd think, especially in a world where Play-Doh perfume is a thing. Pizza Hut hopped on the fragrance bandwagon in 2012, making a perfume designed to smell like fresh-baked pizza dough. It sounded like a joke, but the product was real, although only made as a limited edition promotion. Pizza Hut Canada came up with the idea to celebrate reaching 100,000 fans on Facebook. Only 110 bottles were produced and given away to fans. If you want to find one today, you'll probably just have to hope to find one on eBay or settle for the lesser pizza-scented brands like the pizza fragrance from Demeter. Number 7, Emergency Hut. Fast food doesn't always have to be goofy when they branch out and do more than just provide quick meals. That's what happened back in 2015 when Pizza Hut literally saved the lives of a family in peril. A woman in Florida was being held hostage along with their children. The woman had gotten into an argument with her boyfriend when he pulled out a knife. He took her to pick up her children and brought them all back to the house, threatening to kill them if they tried to leave. The woman convinced him to let her use the phone to place an order for a pizza using Pizza Hut's app. She was a regular customer, so when the restaurant got her order and saw that she had requested they call 911 in the comment section, they did as they were asked and relayed the call for help to the local police. Cops arrived in time to defuse the situation and arrested the man before anyone was harmed. Number 6. Fast food weddings. There's no denying food and romance are inextricably linked. Consider how ingrained in our psyches the idea of going out for dinner on a date is. There's a certain intimacy to sharing a meal. Of course, fast food is usually frowned upon in that regard, and you may not make a good first impression if you take a date out to McDonald's. On the other hand, if you're already in a long-lasting relationship, it may be the place to make it official. Both Domino's and McDonald's have gotten into the wedding game. In 2007, Domino's Pizza launched a wedding registry so couples could request the gift of pizza to bless their union. Users can create a registry with a pizza-themed greeting and then add items that you feel will make your union more special. These include pizza and pizza. They're actually just gift cards in different cash amounts that are usable at Domino's. McDonald's in Hong Kong took weddings to the next level by offering 4 custom wedding packages for couples. That could include everything from balloons to a tiered apple pie cake. For a few $100s, couples can reserve the restaurant for 2 hours, get custom decorations, audio setup, and even an MC. The deluxe package even includes custom invitations and gifts for up to 50 guests. Number 5, KFC Infrastructure. Everyone has experienced the hassle of dealing with a pothole on their street. Sometimes a city can let these go for years without repairing them. And if it's bad enough, a city can become known for its pockmarked appearance as streets all over become bumpy road hazards. Most of the time you need to wait for the city to get around to doing something about these problems, but Louisville, Kentucky got a helping hand back in 2009 when KFC offered to repair a whopping 350 potholes around the city. The only catch was that they all had to be branded. The restaurant chain ponied up $3,000 to fill the holes, and a chalk stencil was applied over them that read, "Refreshed by KFC." Apparently the restaurant offered to help the city, not specifically for pothole repair, but by offering City Hall the money. The city opted to use it to fill the holes, and the stencil was added as an in-kind payment. Number 4, WAP A Coin. Cryptocurrency is bigger than ever these days, with Bitcoin's value skyrocketing and NFTs becoming the latest craze in making money on the blockchain. But let it never be said that Burger King is not an innovator in the industry, since they launched their own cryptocurrency in Russia back in 2017. WAP A Coin was given to customers for every ruble they spent at the restaurant. 1 ruble got you 1 WAP A Coin. It took 1,700 WAP A Coins to actually get a Whopper, mind you. The virtual currency was hosted on the Waves blockchain. Unlike Bitcoin, WAP A Coin did not prove to be a success in the crypto world. By the end of 2018, 1 WAP A Coin was worth 0.2 American cents. By 2019, it had no value whatsoever. Number 3, BK Corp Storage. There is occasionally a very grim side to the fast food world and how it is able to adapt and lend a hand to those in need. We've already seen how the infrastructure at a major chain can be useful for connecting travelers abroad with government representatives, and even how their communication network can help get police aid. And then there are cold storage capabilities. In the 1980s in Miami, a drug war was heating up to the point that Miami was labeled the drug capital of the world. Competing drug lords were at deadly odds with one another. Up to 70% of the weed and cocaine in America passed through Miami. All of those drugs brought a body count with them. In 1980 alone, there were 573 murders. In 1981, it was 621. For comparison, in 2019, there were 43. The Miami-Dade morgue was unable to keep up with all the bodies they were trying to handle. 25% of homicides in the city were the result of machine gun fire. They had to rent a refrigerator truck from Burger King to house all the bodies for $800 a month, and they continued to use it until 1988. Number 2, KFC Cinema. There's something to be said about the relationship between fast food and Hollywood. Movies have always had an influence on fast food and vice versa. Often a film will run cross-promotions with chains, and you'll often see chains featured in movies. The most egregious example of this is Mac and Me, an ET knockoff from the 1980s that featured so much McDonald's that you'd think it was a commercial for them. In the present, chains try to be a little more savvy with their advertising, making use of social media to get noticed. And then there's KFC, which just up and made a Lifetime movie about their founder, starring Saved by the Bell alum Mario Lopez. The goofy promo was not a full-length movie, but at 15 minutes, it was hardly a typical TV spot either. Incredibly, it has a 70% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes, meaning the majority of critics actually enjoyed the short film. Number 1, KFC Gaming PC. PC gaming is big business. While console gaming remains huge, PC gaming is no slouch. The market is worth about $38 billion. Getting involved in that doesn't seem like a terrible idea for any business, but it may be a confusing one if your business is typically fried chicken. KFC introduced a PC gaming system called the KF console. It looks like a bucket of chicken, and incredibly, it can be used to warm a bucket of chicken. In terms of specs, this chicken console was the real deal. It featured a whole bunch of powerful components. No price was provided ahead of the console's release, but based on the tech alone, it looks like it's a $2,000 machine at least. For a weird gimmick, it's actually pretty impressive. So I really hope you found this video interesting. If you did, please do hit that thumbs up button below. Don't forget to subscribe, and as always, thank you for watching.